Project Hail Mary. Y'all read this book? Let's talk about it. I really love that book, but I will give it a chance and see. Kindle, I downloaded originality 5 out of 5. I am excited to share with you the newest book that I read. Oh my God, Project Hail Mary. I'm reading this book because it was our book for our book club this month. Wasn't my choice. It was one of my book friends' choice for my in-person book club. The genre, of course, it is science fiction. The pages, it was 476 pages long. They had 31 chapters in this book. And it's going to be made into a movie with Ryan Gosling. Love him. And this book is surrounded by this main character. His name is Ryan Grace. Ryan Grace is involved in a lot of things in this book as far as meetings and projecting to what is going on. But he also has no idea what's going on too. Like, he's very smart. He's a teacher. He is trying to survive and he's trying to save humanity. So he is not time traveling, but it is time travel because he boosts himself out into space and it's like light years around the earth. So when he goes back and forth between where he is in space to how he got to space, it's leading throughout this whole book. So you get a little bit from the beginning. He's wrapped up in tubes and all the things. Let's talk about the aesthetics of this book. This book came out May 4th, 2021. I read the paperback version of this book. Y'all know I'm a rough back when I'm on with these paperback books, especially when they thick like this. I never read The Martian or his other book, Artemis. I think that's what it's called. Andy Weir. And this is the paperback version of this book here. And they did give us a little bit of, this is for John, Paul, George, and Ringo, the Beatles. See, this is the pictures and I don't know if you can see it, but the figurations of the rocket or the spaceship that he's in. And this is him floating out in space. We get it. So ultimately, the storyline is for him to go out and save the world. And we've always seen that aspect in different movies and different books. He is going to be the hero. They created him to be the savior. Great. So throughout his journey in space, you have to think about he's going to have to eat. He's going to have to use the bathroom. He wakes up next to two people that he's just like, okay, what the hell? And he just has a lot of questions. So his memory is kind of vague and lost. And he keeps remembering little by little throughout this whole book. It drops like breadcrumbs throughout the whole book to how he got to where he's at right now. So in space, my mind is like, of course, obviously, it's going to be dark. There's no gravity. What we going to eat? You might run across an alien or two, may or may not. But he's a teacher, he's a nerd, and he's figuring it out. So if you like those tropes on the unknown in space, I never was like a spacey type girl besides Beyonce, alien superstar. Y'all know I'm in that. But outside of that, I never watched Star Trek. I never got into Star Wars. And the little things about space that I do know is very cartoonish in my mind. So this was a comedy. It made sense to write humor into this book for him. The spaceship was a huge part in this book, but in my opinion, it was very overly hyped. The movements around him being lost in space, like that was overly hyped. I didn't really care about the details in this spaceship. I didn't really care about the kilometers or the ratio and the math. This book was highly formulated to where they had math in this book. And I'm just like, okay. I ain't need to know all that. The Chinese symbols that they wrote up in here, I was just like, I get what you're trying to do, but it was a lot of unnecessary things that was put into this book, like a lot of filler, if that makes sense to y'all. So the theme, would I recommend this book? No. The theme, space, you got a teacher, you have students back at home, you have Save the World, we have a couple aliens in this book. I had no connections to any of the characters or the author in any parts of this book. It was just like me reading it, and I'm just like dozing off. Every now and then they'll give you a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. All right. But then at that, I'm like, okay, where we at now? Okay, we back to how he got here. Now we're here. We're going back to how he led up to here, and now we're here. So it was a lot of back and forth, give and take throughout this whole book. And I never read The Martian. In my opinion about the author, it seems like he was writing for a movie. Like, you can clearly see if you listen to this book. I didn't. I read it word for word. But if you listen to it and how he put it, it's to give you a story that's very vivid with a lot of details through hearing or to seeing visually. And if you have that creative mind where you can put all these words together, and I feel like it could have been simple. It could have been a lot more simple and not as wordy. I'm not going to read The Martian. The writing style, I felt like it was a 1 out of 5 because I don't think he should have put as much math in this book as he did. And the main character to me was very corny. Like, he was trying to be funny. And that's never funny to me when you trying to be funny and you're like, okay, that was corny. And I'm just like, I just didn't get his humor. Readability, I say 1 out of 5 because, like I said, it was too long for what they was trying to do. And it just seemed like it was a lot of words. Like, he was meeting a word count in this book for some reason. Personal impact, no personal impact. Relatability wasn't relatable at all. Even though it's sci-fi, I expect to get something out of it. Like, you're a loner in space, and I want to feel like this could possibly happen. It did not seem like this was likely to ever happen in any world or any realm. And then he gets older, he gets younger, we don't know. I'm just like, okay, now it's like, well, how many years have we been gone? What is going, whatever. He's running out of food and all these different things that's happened to him, ironically, in space. Originality, 1 out of 5. I'm just like, I was thinking, I've never even seen E.T., but it just might be me. I'm just not a space cadet or a space girl or a nerd. And when I first read this book, my initial thoughts was, ain't this MFing nerdy. That's what I said. I said, ain't this MFing nerdy? And then I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to just read it. And I liked it. It's just that it just did not click for me. Overall, this book, I gave it a 1 out of 5. I did finish it. Some people can say they didn't finish it. I found myself skimming through the middle. Like, I was just like, not like I was reading it, but I was just like going in one ear and out the other. And I had no takeaway from this. And I'm probably not going to watch the movie. Like, not interested at all. So, if you are into space and you want an adult space sci-fi book, go for it. But me, not my cup of tea. 0 spice. Recommend to a friend, no. Rating overall, 1 out of 5. And we are going to have our book club meeting, so I'm going to add that onto this video as well. Like the things that we do. We're going to go eat sushi and talk about it and see what everybody else thought about this book. And I'll come back and just post a little bit of that action for you. So at our book club meeting, everybody had mixed reviews. We had 4 people to finish the book, 2 people DNF'd, and 1 person didn't even start the book. Now, we are at this sushi place, and everyone decided that this book was actually rated overall a 3. 1 person gave it a 5. Of course, I gave it a 1. I moved mine up towards a 2 because I got better understanding. So I would say I gave this book overall a 2 out of 5. And the girls, we had a good conversation about this book overall. The writing style, we did say and agree it was science heavy, but it was backed up by real scientists. So that was really cool. And here we are at the book club meeting. I had edamames and sushi. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.